What's up, everybody? How you doing today? My name is David DeFranco, and welcome to a hopefully somewhat brief tour of my 2024-2025 Tesla Model 3 Highland model. Also, I have to mention real quick, I always say 2025 because there are no rumors of this car being updated again this year. So technically speaking, it is 2024 and 2025, but who knows, maybe I'll eat my own words in a few months. Anyway, guys, welcome to my Model 3. I absolutely love this car. I have a lot to say. I'm going to try to keep it somewhat short because I've already talked about this plenty in my weekend vlogs. And if for some reason you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate it because I've talked about it plenty in previous vlogs, and I'm sure I'll continue to talk about it plenty in future vlogs. So here we go. Let's tour the car and the accessories that I use on a daily basis. First up is the GoPro accessory that I use to mount my GoPro to my windshield. I simply pin the GoPro in, bada bing, bada boom, it's that easy. And I have this little adjustment over here, which means if I ever want to quickly adjust it, I can do that because it's on this 360 ball head, which is very cool. And of course, guys, all of these accessories are linked right below, so definitely check them out. Of course, I messed it up. I'll have to fix that after this video. This is my phone mount right here. This is specifically made for the Highland Model 3 because if you look in the back, it actually kind of pushes onto this new fabric and it just kind of stays in place. It wobbles a little bit, but overall it's a great accessory for two big reasons. Number one, it's solar powered. So there is a little solar panel back here, and well, that basically means I literally never ever have to plug it in. And number two, my favorite feature, check it out, it auto clamps. How cool is that? And there is a little release button on the back. Guys, it just works. I absolutely love this clamp. It's a really, really good accessory. Now, you can get MagSafe accessories using adhesive to put your phone over here. But me personally, I don't want to have my phone on the right side of my steering wheel. But honestly, I don't want to do that because I already have this main display, and I'll be talking about that in a moment. So basically, I've got my main display on the right and my iPhone on the left. And yes, the steering wheel does block it a little bit, but I can typically see enough just to get by, you know, like any alerts that come in. I can quickly see my time. I can check the playback of what I'm playing at the time. And honestly, guys, you shouldn't be really using your phone while driving anyway, which is why you get this in the car. Dual chargers. So look at that, iPhone charging. Take it off for a second. And of course, you can charge on the right side as well. Isn't that great? Guys, I love this car. It's absolutely packed with tech. So there you go. Accidentally opening up my camera. Okay, so where do I begin besides that? So this is the steering wheel, completely redesigned. This is the brand new Model 3 steering wheel. And as you can probably notice right away, there are no stalks. There are no stalks whatsoever. Meaning I can't use them for my headlights, I can't use them for my windshield wipers, I can't use them for my turn signals. So what do? Well, check this out. The turn signals are now on the left side of the steering wheel. So when I press left, I can see my left blind spot, and of course right, I can see my right blind spot. And check this out, if you ever want to move this display, you can do just that. But me personally, I like it over here, so that way I can still see my car down here while I'm driving, and I can still see my maps on the right. Okay, so what about headlights? Great question. Well, by default, I leave my headlights on auto. However, in terms of high beams, I simply press this little button and you can see them flashing on that truck right there. And if I want to leave them on, you simply hold the button in and the headlights would normally stay on, but I have the audio on, so let me turn that off and now watch this. If I hold the button down, oh wait, it's because I'm in park mode, so I can't leave the high beams on, but believe me, they work. And I was just using that feature last week while driving home on some dark back roads. Okay, so while we're on the display, I'm not gonna go through everything, but this is basically where you control everything in the car. From your lights, which I just covered, you can fold your mirrors in, love it. And I can actually save the location. So basically every time I get here, which is Goodwill, by the way, I'm about to go thrifting for a few minutes. In theory, the Tesla will now automatically fold my mirrors in every time I park here at Goodwill. But I don't want to do that. But that's really, really useful if you park inside a parking garage or some kind of maybe like a tight parking space in the city. child lock, window lock, glove box. I can quickly open up the glove box and it closes via magnets. I can adjust the mirrors. I can enter car wash mode. So check this out. It basically locks everything, the charge port door. Now I'm gonna exit that for now because obviously I'm not at the car wash. But basically that's gonna lock everything that I need to be locked while in the car wash. Honestly guys, that's kind of like common sense mode. But there is one important thing, and I already mentioned it, the charging port door. That's definitely something you don't wanna to come unlocked just in case, because it is based on pushing it. So check this out. If I get out of my car, and I think if I push on it, I can open it. Yeah, look at that. And you can just close it manually if you want to. Or you can just hold your charger next to it and it'll open after you push the button. So basically the car wash mode will automatically lock that for you. So that way it doesn't come unlocked by accident. All right, I'm not gonna spend too much time on the touchscreen, but yeah, guys, everything is here. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know. But I will briefly focus on range. So my previous Model 3, at about 80% charge, got me 220 miles. 100% charge, I think it was like 240, 243, something like that, which is enough for me. I don't really have much of a social life. I kind of do the same thing almost every day, but I'm happy with that. You know, I'm a very routine kind of guy. I go thrifting, I go out for lunch, I get some videos done, all that stuff. I don't have a huge driving life, you know, just to put it simply. Hence why I lease my vehicle, by the way. Yes, I do lease my vehicle. Some people might disagree with that, but you know what? I don't expect anyone to agree with that because you don't have to agree with that. I lease my vehicle for only $300 a month. Yes, for just $300 a month, I get to drive this car. My dream car, basically. And I think that's amazing. And I get to turn it in 3 years and just get the newer and even better version of the Model 3. So that's awesome. Anyway, focusing on mileage, at 100% charge, guys, this car will get 363 miles. 363 miles. That's insane. And again, like 100% charge on my previous Model 3 was like 240, 243. So I'm literally getting over 100 miles of additional range. So in other words, in theory, I'm only going to be charging every week and a half to 2 weeks, where previously with my routine, I would charge maybe once a week, maybe even twice a week if I go out of my comfort zone. I go thrifting in other towns and stuff like that. But generally speaking, guys, the range on this car is much more than I need, and I love that. Oh, and by the way, you might be wondering, well, David, how do you shift gears? Well, check this out. Let me put my seatbelt on. Now, I am currently running the beta. So as you can see, I simply just put my foot on the brake and the car wants to automatically reverse. How awesome is that? But if I wanted to manually do it myself, I simply reach forward, I swipe up to drive, and boom, we're good. And you simply put your foot on the brake, tap the park, and it's that easy. Honestly, guys, I do not miss the stalks. It took maybe a week to get used to using my steering wheel for the blinker and the screen for shifting gears. And guys, it's great. Like, I love the simplicity of this car. I'm not the type to complain about, you know, features missing. I'm a man of change. I'm a person of change. I've always loved adapting to change. So me personally, I'm very excited for these changes, and they haven't really been an issue yet. One big feature I do love, you're not really gonna see them during the day right now, but you can see them a little bit. There are LEDs going around the car and even the back seats. Yes, guys, I can actually customize these LEDs by going into the display, tapping lights, and I can make them any color I want, which is awesome. And what's cool is you can have them set to on all day. You can turn them off if you just don't like them. You can max out the brightness. Or for me, I like to have them night only, and usually at about like 20% intensity. That way, they're not too distracting at night. Okay, let me get out of the car for a second and show you some changes I made to the exterior. First of all, my previous Model 3 was white, right? This time I went with space gray, which I personally love because the color actually changes a little bit at nighttime, meaning it looks quite black at night, which I personally love. But during the day, I get that nice dark gray appeal. I'm sorry, it's quite windy out. But to personalize it further, I got some emblems on Amazon, which is a cobweb right there. I got the Tesla emblem right there. And I got some Tesla emblems on the wheels, which I personally think looks awesome. But my favorite customization I've done so far are these door handle covers. So I got red on all of the handles. I did have an emblem cover on the new Tesla emblem back here, but I decided to opt out of that because I wasn't happy with the alignment. And excuse the dirt, she needs another bath. That's the only downside about going with dark gray. It definitely shows dirt a lot more, but it is what it is. And of course, more decals on these wheels and these door handles. Okay, let's go into the back seat real quick. I'm outside, so I might as well show you this. This is a really cool feature, something I'm not going to see 99% of the time as a driver, but anytime I have passengers, this is awesome, guys. Check this out. Like, this is incredible. So I can turn on the AC back here. I can adjust how it outputs using multi-touch. How awesome is that? I can adjust the seats. I can see the playback. I'm currently listening to MacBreak Weekly, my favorite Apple podcast. Love it. And not just that, guys, but passengers can watch Netflix back here, watch YouTube, Hulu, Twitch. Like, seriously, how awesome is that? And of course, I can do that up front as well while in park. And that's not it. You can even play games up front or back here. And guys, these are actual games, like Stardew Valley. Like, just imagine going on a road trip and you sync your Xbox or PlayStation controller and you're playing Stardew Valley for literally hours on end. Seriously, guys, there is no other car that does that. There's no other car, and I absolutely love this car for that. So again, basically everything I can do back here, I can do up front as a driver, and obviously much more. And going with black interior this time, personally, I think is awesome. My last car was white on the outside and white on the inside, so this time I went the opposite, and plus it's just cheaper that way, to be perfectly honest. But I'm very happy with the change. So dark gray and black. It's a very stealthy approach this time around. All right, continuing the tour. Please ignore that dust. Maybe I'll get a bath tomorrow, or I don't know. So this is another accessory I want to briefly touch upon. This is one piece of like, what, 5 or 6 protective covers that I got for the interior of my car. And well, it does exactly what it, sounds like. It's just an interior protection for scratches, smudges, spills, and all that stuff. And this one conveniently folds up so I can still access this compartment, which holds most of my bags. So closing that. And back here, if you look, and yes, you hear that noise, I actually have a service call already for next Thursday. Tesla needs to fix this handle. Thankfully, they're coming to me, which is amazing, and obviously it's going to be done free of charge. So here is another cover, which is awesome. And of course, we have 2 in the front. This one is obviously going to be the dirtiest, with me being the driver, and my mom's often the passenger in my car, so her side is quite dirty as well. But it's better to be dirty up there than dirty underneath the cover. So these guys are great. I love them. And that's not it. I also have the frunk. Because there's no engine, that means on most EVs, especially the Tesla, you get additional storage in the front trunk. So check this out. So this is kind of like my maintenance section where I just keep like some wash racks or whatever. This is the mobile charger for those non-Tesla chargers. Not that I've ever even used a charger outside of my house, because I have a charger at home. These are the pucks if you ever need to put this thing up on a lift. And this is the the front plate for any states that require a front license plate. But thankfully we don't require a front plate in Pennsylvania. But yeah, this is just additional storage. Honestly, I'm in here maybe a handful of times a year. I don't know what people are beeping at. So I'm rarely in there. I'm mostly in the trunk. So there is the exterior. By the way, I think I'm getting new plate covers. Did I just say plate covers? Wheel covers. Ironically, I just happened to have a company reach out to me today saying that they want to send me some covers for my Tesla. So yeah, I mean, there's a good chance you're going to be seeing those in the future. Okay, continuing. Funny enough, I promised myself that I wouldn't go overboard, but I can't not talk a lot about this car, guys. Like, I love this car. It's absolutely beautiful. It's incredible. And of course, it's a lot of fun to drive. And speaking of that, I think I'm going to make like a POV video of myself driving the car so you can see the basic functions, like using the turn signals on the steering wheel, using the touchscreen to shift gears and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know, is that something you want to see? I mean, you're probably going to say yes, so I'm probably going to create it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I've never done a POV driving video before, so I think that can be pretty fun. Okay, so focusing on the center console, this is something I bought myself immediately. This is not officially from Tesla, but it looks like it's officially from Tesla because it's designed so well. So let me take my phone out so I can show you guys an example here. So hold on, let me unlock my phone. So check this out. This is a USB hub that uses the 12-volt adapter on the inside. And look, it just hides when I don't need it. Honestly, guys, you would never even know it's there. Now, me personally, I like to have my cup holder showing at all times because I'm a big fan of Circle. I love Circle. It's linked right below. Drink more water, guys. It's incredible. Anyway, opening this up, the hub is right here. There is a built-in light, which you're really not going to see too much right now because it's so bright outside as it is. But we also have a USB-C cable. I'm sorry, a USB-C port, a lightning port for those older devices, another USB-C port. But check this out, my favorite feature of all, a pop-out retractable USB-C cable. Not only that, but it's flat. As you can see, it's charging. So check it out. I can actually close both of these compartments. And because it's flat, this means it's not going to get in the way of any kind of data bandwidth transfer, which is awesome. And as you can see up here, it is still charging just fine. All right, let me open this up and now watch this. When I'm done with the cable, it just kind of clicks right back in. Guys, I love this hub. I don't have any complaints about it whatsoever. It just works, and I can't say it enough. It hides. Honestly, you never know it's there until you actually open up this door. How cool is that? And speaking of doors, let's open up my middle compartment here. This is kind of like my cleaning supplies plus my garage door opener. Yes, this thing is very ancient looking, but hey, it works. I've got Lysol wipes in here. I've got some screen wipes, which I actually just used on my glass, and some napkins for those moments where I stop at Sheetz for lunch and whatever. So pretty basic stuff. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, okay. The mirror. Okay, so the mirrors, as far as I'm concerned, were not changed at all from the previous Model 3, and that's not a bad thing because they worked exactly as advertised. So this kind of works like an iPad case. First of all, it's magnetic, but it folds. Like, how cool is that? Look at that. It actually folds. And of course, we've got some lights right there. What's up, guys? How you doing? God, you look good today. Keep it up. And when you're not done, boom, you just close it, magnetic, boom. And this does come off for blocking the side light if you need to use that, but I haven't needed to use that yet. Oh, and speaking of up here, these are now touch sensitive, so you don't even have to click. Very cool. And of course, we have this panoramic sunroof above me, which is heavily tinted. So in other words, that sun may be beating down on me, but I can't even feel the sunlight. I can't, like, this is so heavily tinted. So if we get out and I can show you the top, that should give you an idea. Look at that. It's like pure black, guys. Like, it is heavily tinted. So in other words, during those intense summer days, in theory, this should perform just fine. But even then, the AC unit, the AC system on this car is amazing. So much like the back, I can control the overall direction. Like, seriously, how cool is that? Show me another car that actually lets you use multi-touch to alter the overall direction of the air. Like, how awesome is that? It's just incredible. I love this car. And you have keep mode on, so I can keep the climate on while I'm inside. We've got dog mode on, so if I get out of the car, it'll tell anyone outside that, hey, there's a dog or cat in here, and they're being taken care of. Hold on. Let me take my phone. That would have been bad. Although it's close enough, so I don't think it would have locked. Now watch this. I close this, and it says on the screen, my driver will be back soon. Don't worry, the AC is on, and it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm telling you guys, it's features like that that you simply do not see on other cars because most of it is being powered and displayed through this amazing sharp display. I love this thing, and it can change over time. They can literally introduce new features such as this beta. Again, let me fasten my seatbelt, just tap reverse, and look at that. It just knows I want to reverse. How awesome is that? Oh, and I'd even tell you, I can now access my cameras on the steering wheel, where previously I had to look over to my right and tap it down here, which I still do sometimes, but it is really nice having actual access on my steering wheel. And we do have a little microphone here for controls, for voice commands for playing music and stuff like that, so I can say, play so-and-so by The Offspring, or check this out, open the glove box. And I can open the glove box. And Elon Musk, of course, has a sense of humor, so I just open the butthole. So the charging port just opened, if you can't see it back there. Close the charging port. And boom, it is closed. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, I already talked about the mats, the phone mounts, the GoPro accessory, the dark gray paint, the black interior, the LEDs, the incredible display, the display in the back. Now, of course, I gotta make this clear. This is just half the fun. Like, this is just half the fun. Most of it comes down to driving this car. And let me tell you, it is a joy to drive. Compared to my 2021 Model 3, the cabin noise is significantly quieter. The overall ride is significantly smoother. And Tesla is not really known for its quality control. But this one, I can say with confidence, is so much better than my 2021 Model 3, despite the back door handle not, performing perfectly. But thankfully, again, Tesla is coming to me. Despite their service center now being about an hour away, they're still coming to me with a service van and fixing it for free in my driveway. How awesome is that? Like, that is the Tesla service that I love, and I will continue to praise them. Honestly, guys, despite all the stupid drama going on around Elon Musk and Tesla, like, I am a Tesla fan for life. I love this car. I don't expect others to agree with me, but that's the thing. There are many, many people out there who still love Tesla as a brand. Don't be fooled by the media. It is still very much a strong brand, and all this drama will be behind us eventually. But anyway, I'm just making that clear. Like, if you want a Tesla, go for it, guys. Like, if you want something in life, get it. You only get one shot at this thing called life. Never, ever let anyone tell you otherwise. It's your life, your choices, your decisions, and, well, your fate. Anyway, I'm just saying all that because I'm proud of where I am. I've said this in recent vlogs. I literally started my YouTube career in my bedroom in my parents' house like 15 years ago. And it has taken me on a journey, to the point where I can buy my own house. This is my second lease from Tesla. I am never once bragging. I'm just saying I'm a dude. I'm an average dude wearing a Buc-ee's shirt and never even been to a Buc-ee's. But I'm just a guy living the dream, just talking about my life, talking about tech, talking about things I love, and people continue to watch. And I appreciate that so much. So yeah, I think I'm done. I mean, if there's anything I missed, let me know and I'll cover it in the comments or maybe a future video. But I would like to say this. I'm just getting started. Like, I definitely want to make more Tesla videos. So if there's anything you want to say, let me know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you want to get your own Tesla and save up to $1,000 in your own, seriously, $1,000, check out my link right below. Oh, and by the way, all of these accessories that I mentioned are also right below on Amazon. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate you. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.